Nikki here, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 exercises that may help troubleshoot shoulder pain when doing an overhead press. So overhead press, obviously, if you're watching this video, you probably know is when you hold on to a weight and you push it overhead. We have pain in our shoulder for lots of different reasons, but these 3 exercises target some of the most common ones. So to do this, you're going to need a foam roller, and then for the last exercise, a dowel or a broomstick. So first I'm going to do is show you how to foam roll your lat. So you'll want your roller, you'll come on down, you'll bring the roller at about the middle of the shoulder blades, and then tuck your hands in behind your head. You're going to point your elbows over to one side, and then I like to just start with more of the shoulder blade before I move into the lat. You'll swirl up, down, and around a few times. Do this for as long as you like. And then when you kind of find an area of interest, you are just going to slowly open and close your elbow, like so. From there, we'll get a little bit more lat specific, so you'll just roll onto your side, and then you'll do a little bit of an up and down here, and what you may notice is like, ooh, that's actually a little tender. And then when you find a spot, pause and wait, and if it's tolerable, you're not gasping for air out of pain, you can roll a little forward and a little back. And then the grand finale of this one is you'll bring the roller just a little bit lower down, so it's more underneath actually the broadest part of your rib cage. Let your head rest on your hand, go up and down a couple times. I don't care what you do with this hand, by the way. And then again, you'll probably find an area that's a little or a lot tender, and you can just roll a little forward and a little back, breathing into it. And then, of course, you would repeat that on the other side. But if you've been following along, you might already notice like, oh yeah, that one side feels a lot more open than the side I haven't done yet. Second exercise is also with a foam roller. This one's going to focus more on thoracic or upper back mobility, because if we are not able to move well through our upper back and ribs, or we're not warmed up, a lot of the time, because that's the foundation of the shoulder, that's why the shoulder may hurt when you start pushing things over your head. So for this one, you are going to have your foam roller, and then you're going to come onto your hands and knees. So you'll notice I've got a longer roller, and I've set it up like this, so this way I have somewhere to go. I'm not going to run into my own foam roller. So you're going to take one hand, place it palm up on the opposite side, and then you're going to slide the roller out, and as you do this, you're going to bend your elbow of the supporting arm, look through. This hopefully feels nice. And then you're going to bring it back up. And then again, you're going to take it out, slide it through, and bring it back up. I like to do 3 to 5 per side. You find a sticky spot again, you can always hang out, wait, and breathe. And then bring it in. And then, of course, you would repeat that on side 2. So the last exercise we're going to do is going to involve a dowel, or if you don't have a dowel, it's totally fine. A broomstick works pretty well, or even a Swiffer. And so for this, you're going to take your hands pretty wide, find a comfortable stance, just check that you're not hyperextending your knees if you're like me and you're real good at that, and that you're also not popping your ribs. So you want to think about the ribs just not being smashed down, but just kind of level over the pelvis. And then you're going to stretch the arms up overhead. For some of you, this is going to be plenty, and maybe that is where you stop, and then you're going to bring it back down. So that's option 1. Option 2 is you're going to take it up overhead. You can also roll up a towel, by the way, if you do not have a dowel. And then you're going to take it back behind you, and then trying to keep the elbows straight, up overhead and forward. Let me show you that from the side. So I'm trying to isolate shoulder motion. I'm not arching my back. I'm really thinking about moving through the shoulder proper. And again, you could do 3 to 5 of these, and that's usually enough. So if you're having shoulder pain, your overhead press, try these before you do that exercise and see how it helps.